So it's about that time. In spite of all I got going on, need to take some time. Rejuvenate my mind and my soul. Gonna take some time. Restoration necessary for life. It's just her getaway. Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Confidence Connect, y'all. The talk show edition. And I am inviting you to join us today. All right. And just like the jingle said, it is about that time for you to take some time out, some special time out, quality time out. All right. For yourself today. Join us this journey. All right. Join us in this sacred space as we take some deep breaths, as we pause and learn about how these extraordinary people like me, like you, like my amazing guests today, we are getting free from fear. We are understanding how to build up and sustainably maintain our confidence in our worthiness, stepping fully into our power and creating lives that we actually get excited about living. Okay? So listen, here we hold space for grace with ourselves. Here we hold space for forgiveness of ourselves. We hold space to make sure that we are human, all right? That we are reminding ourselves, giving ourselves permission to be human, and we hold space to evolve. So stay tuned, all right? I am Evon, your host, thought leader, business strategist, visionary, recently retired from a hard struggle life, y'all, okay? Recently retired, slow traveling the world, and I need you all to understand that this life that I have been creating for myself can only be done because I continue to work on getting free from fear. It's always a work in progress, okay? I'm an award-winning international holistic, radical transformation, and confidence celebrity coach. And today we have Princess with us, all right? What's up, Princess?
Girl, how you feeling? We already getting getting the sermon, the serve, and all that.
That's right, that's right,
How
that's
you-
right. So thank you so much
Mhm.
for being here today with us. Let me tell y'all something about Princess, okay? Powerful does not even begin to explain to you all who this amazing goddess is. So, what I'm going to do is let y'all know that her and I, we have known each other for a very, very long time. We are
Yeah.
sisters, okay? And
Hmm.
we have seen some things together on our confidence in our worthiness journey. All right.
True.
So I'm just going to let her introduce herself to you all. All right. And then you go from there. Princess, talk to us about your background. Talk to us about your struggles, your wins with your confidence in your worthiness walk. Let's hear it.
Okay. Okay, so what's up, y'all? My name is Melissa Princess Best. They call me the Healacist, which is the healing lyricist, or hip hop mama Princess Best. And I speak because I seek to heal, empower, amplify, activate, and liberate the voices of women and girls so that we can have better communities and a better world. I am a rapper, an actress, a singer, a writer, a director, all of the thing, and a poet, all of the things, vocal arts, expressive. I call myself a hip hop theater public speaker. I am what you would say is like the hip hop Oprah or hip hop Iyanla Van Zant. So if Oprah or Iyanla Van Zant rapped, then there would be me mixed in with a whole bunch of folk and all of that. But my, mission has always been to crusade around the world, improving female health, Black female health, particularly through health and wellness through hip hop, storytelling, public speaking, all of the art of the griot, kind of. And I'm a mama. I'm a native Washingtonian by way of North Carolina, and and then she's right. Like we have known each other for years and have seen each other evolve in our artistry, our platform, all of that good jazz. Yeah. So that's the thing. So there's a lot. I'm trying to think, where do you even begin when you start to talk about like confidence?
Yeah.
Um, it's like the first thing that's coming up for me. I keep hearing Nikki Giovanni. I was born in the Congo. I went to the Fertile Crescent and I built the Sphinx. And that makes me think of uh being a young Black girl and being in these spaces where you had to learn ego tripping, you had to learn phenomenal woman, and all of these things where we were like affirming our dopeness maybe before we even knew what it was, or
Yeah.
but we said it with conviction because they said it with conviction. And so some of my earliest memories of that, being born under the astrological sign of Leo, people tend to feel like, okay, well, you come here with that lion's confidence, right? And you can get the lion or you can get the cat. And I, I always tell my daughter, depending on whether I meditated or not, what kind of person that you get. But
I know that's right.
what kind
I
right.
feel
And
you.
so I would say, yeah, yeah, when I think about confidence itself, it's twofold for me, right? Because I don't know that my mother's passed on, but I feel like I got my confidence from both my mother and father, who have both passed on, but in different ways. My mother was a tough, stern with her love, which built her confidence. And it's going to sound weird because she wasn't aiming to do this. She built my confidence in retrospect by breaking me down, but not on purpose to lower me, right?
Hmm.
To keep me back.
Right.
My father gave me confidence because he just like, the sky's the limit. I don't care what it is. No boundaries. Let's go all the way. So I think that early on, early on as a girl, one of the things that I didn't know was occurring for me in terms of how my confidence would be formed was about the accumulation of, I guess, I don't want to say wins to losses, but that's for lack of a better word, right? And I always tell people this: it's the idea of like the confidence meter. It's an idea that I've thought of and kind of what I'm putting in my curriculum, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But the idea that one of the ways in which we build resilience and build true confidence, right, is doing enough in the meter to be able to pull from. So you can have 100 experiences.
Hmm.
You will not win in all of those experiences, but
True.
having 100 things in the tank,
Hmm.
right? When you have 100 things in the tank, if you lose, if you hit bottom, if you struggle, you got 99 more in that joint,
Yes. Yes.
versus if you don't have any.
Hmm.
So the rule of thumb in theater is that we never count how many rejections we get, because because we are doing the experience. So I can't tell you how many rejections I've gotten in life. I've gotten some, but I can tell you that I was probably on to the next audition, on to the next thing, because I had an understanding of that, you know, when losing or not, what I'm saying, it's not a loss,
Hmm.
right? So it's the resilience of still going, and so I'd like to say that there was some confidence that I was born with, and then there was some confidence that has developed over time,
Okay.
and then there's some confidence that had gotten mutilated and
Mm.
had to be restored.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, and so all of and some confidence that like Johari's window is probably unknown yet. It's probably some things that in my 46 years of living that I haven't even discovered the level of. I don't even think I've broken the arc of the confidence that I can have.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to shock myself. So
Oh, shucks.
um so,
Okay.
so I
Okay.
would
You mentioned that you're a mom.
yes.
How old is baby?
So, baby girl, so the hip hop daughter herself, Jazara Royal, she is 12 years young. She'll be 13 in November. Yvonne has seen her since she was a baby,
Yes.
from the womb, right? And yeah, and being a mother, I think that brought on a different type of confidence. Um, it also brought on a lot of things that had to transform for me because what you think, what you think motherhood is about, and the projections of goals and the things, like I definitely experienced the confidence of, oh, having your baby and getting back to business, like Beyonce said in the song, like the snapback. But the snapback wasn't really the real confidence, right? Like it was really understanding. There was a My confidence came from, with my daughter, of understanding that this motherhood ain't about motherhood. It's not about mothering. Mothering is just the instrument to what the most high is trying to get you to. And what I learned and am continuing to learn is that the most high gives us children to show us our blind spots, to show us where we need. So our parenting, our mothering comes from not the guiding that we believe that we need to be doing for them, but the guiding that is done through us by them illuminating what we're missing, not able to see. And the most high uses the things, the people that are closest to us,
Yeah.
to grow that in
Yeah.
us. So what I thought was going, where I thought like I was going to win as a mom, and like I was confident about, like, oh, my daughter's going to be my best friend, and not best friend like go to the club, but like my thought of what it meant to be like this mother was about, like, not how friendly I could be with my daughter, but how much we could relate. And I did that, and that won't it. Like it was like we can relate. She absolutely is emotionally intelligent, and there's still some stuff that we go, and I didn't imagine that. I didn't imagine that even with us having that, that then there, I didn't imagine questioning myself as a mother. I didn't imagine like ever thinking like, oh, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like today, you got it, shawty. Go be with your daddy. I don't even, I ain't, I never, I didn't think that those types of things would even ever come out.
Yeah.
I also didn't think I would get divorced,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't think that I would move 7 times. I didn't know I would lose my mother.
Yeah.
I didn't know I would lose my job,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So when I tell you hit, so though all of those things can take a hit,
Mm-hmm.
to you.
Right.
And you learn, and I always say, who are you really? Like what that spirit do, boo? That's my mantra. What
Yeah.
that, because I don't care who you are. And you and I know this for a
Yeah.
fact. You could come from the bottom of the bottom
Yeah.
to the top of the top. I don't care. Who are you really?
It's true.
And many of us, we're still trying to figure that out. So I think that the struggle of, so like, and then I think one of the biggest the struggle is being in the type of field that we are in,
Yeah.
and holding space for other people, while also simultaneously going through our own personal storms. And
Mm.
then trying to be the same, trying to be the entity at the same time while being the process.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is, it's like, it's like, oh, and then feeling like, can you show up as this beacon of light for somebody while your light is being challenged?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. In that, would you say that you've been learning that it's very important to make sure that we're nurturing and nourishing ourselves
Mhm.
first? That
Mhm.
that we can give ourselves permission, since we are these kinds of people, empathetic
Mhm.
people, naturally
Mhm.
nourishing and nurturing others, that have you been finding that it is that much more important that we give ourselves permission to be off, to actually not be on all the time,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
deserve to have this nourishing and nurturing energy just for ourselves sometimes. Because that's what I've
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
learning. I've been learning that it's important to
Yeah, I
do
think
that.
so. I mean, just in knowing you and like, and having, like even just been engulfed in like your services from everything to like from massage to, to confidence to all of that to wellness and like your own personal wellness. Like, absolutely. I think that that is paramount, right? Like, I think that if you don't know that, then what are you doing? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't know that, then what are you doing? And I do think that it's hard because there is a quote that says, the best way to cheer yourself up is to cheer somebody else up. So a lot of times we do get into the like nourishing other people. And then there can be that guilt complex of when you are a mother, when you are a said healer, said whatever, that it is like, where is that space,
Yeah.
for you? I have definitely learned to let people love on me. I think health scares will do that. 2 years ago, I had got diagnosed with a pulmonary embolism, three of them out of nowhere.
Wow.
And I had to be at the time I had to be off from work from a job that now I no longer work. And it was so crazy because at the same time, I think that I was already asking the Most High, because I kept saying, I need to tour. I need to be touring. I need to be speaking these messages and this and that and the third. But you got to be careful what you say. So while I'm saying that, so then the Most High creates the environment for me to sit down and nurture self so it can be done. But me not being hip to it and not understanding that a health challenge is the message from the Most High, to go internal. And so, and so then I got through with those 3 months and went right back into the environment. And I think God was like, now see, didn't I say, now what, see now, now what else we gonna have to, now we're gonna have to do another way to get you out because you called it back in. So I think a lot of times, you know, and we spoke about this before, oftentimes I always feel like the battle, I never really feel like the battle is out there. The battle is always in here. And it's always, for me, I'm always in the war of my ego versus my spirit. You know what I'm saying?
That's some
It's
realness
ego,
right there. That right there,
Mhm,
hey, is a lot of us
mhm.
that can relate. There's a lot of us that can relate.
Yeah. And it's totally that. It's like me and my ego, my spirit, and then me over here trying to either convince the Most High with my ego, or dodge the Most High from trying to tug at my spirit. Like, it's usually that. But I think that, yeah, but going through that blood clots and the pulmonary embolism,
Uh huh.
and then hearing doctors say, this is life threatening. And
Yeah.
having, and this is where confidence comes in, right? Because I'm clear about a few things.
Yeah.
One of them is that I'm going to be here a while. And when you have to tell a doctor, hey, listen, so whatever over there thinking is life threatening, I want you to be clear that God has not said anything to me,
Yeah.
but sit down, get it together,
Mm-hmm.
do what I need you to do, because I need other people to move in retrospect to what you about to give.
Yeah.
And so, it would be a dangerous thing for
Mm-hmm.
me to listen, and again, this is no diss to anyone in medicine, but
Right.
like it would be a danger to listen to that and not listen to God. And understand that, that is where, I mean, ultimately, if anyone who truly believes in a higher power,
Mm-hmm.
that is where confidence lies. It has to. I have a confidence in
Mm-hmm.
my relationship with the Most High,
Okay.
that I'm so confident that God gonna come tell me, hey, listen, okay, now you have done everything. Now you're ready, or whatever. Whenever that time is, I'm confident in that.
Uh-huh.
So I could confidently look at that doctor and say, yeah, dog, yeah, no, thank you for the what I need to do is understand where these clots came from.
Yeah.
I need to understand the source. I
Mm-hmm.
need to understand what it takes to heal them, because it's a dis-ease. And so how did my body get to this place of dis-ease?
Mm-hmm.
Right? How did my
Yeah.
body, get to it and understand that? Once I understood that, then it's like, okay, and again, so it's a constant battle uphill of continuing to remember that that fact,
Yeah.
and I in my life, I think I've had several examples,
Mm-hmm.
from being a young artist, being a young girl, to being single, to being married, to being divorced, and a mother, and like, a friend. Like, I've had different instances in my life that who have required have required a level of confidence. Like, even in the house that I'm in right now,
Mm-hmm.
this required a level of confidence, because I thought for myself, living in a house, because I grew up in a one-bedroom apartment in Washington, D.C., Trinidad Avenue.
Okay.
And I grew up. Now, I did not grow up poor in mentality,
Mm-hmm.
but financially, my mother and father were working class people that, didn't have a lot, but we never, but I was never treated like that's where we lived or what we had. But
Okay.
I had said, I think I want my daughter to live in a house, because I didn't grow up in one. And I wanted her to be, in a neighborhood where, we could walk outside and not have to duck, and
That's
not have
good.
to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And before we moved in this house, I was living in Capitol Heights, and literally, and this is how the Most High works, for some reason my landlord didn't think that I was renewing my lease. And I thought, that's odd.
Mm.
I thought I told her I was, but I heard the call, and this place I looked at, and the pictures were horrible. Like, you could, like, how it didn't do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
But something said, go there.
Yeah.
Something said, go there, right? And
Okay.
I came, and I said, oh my God, it was a two-bedroom house that, just for me and my daughter, just perfect, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, ain't no daggone driveway. I'm like, and it's all these steps. I was like, so it's like an inner workout plan. I said, oh God, you funny. And so I'm like, so I'm thinking I got time. The lady says, I said, so, it was a week before November.
Yeah.
And I said, when are you trying to get somebody in here? So I'm thinking I've got like a month or two. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to move somebody in this week. Now, I had $0 at that. No, or maybe I had a few dollars, but I didn't have the number that she said.
Right.
And she said, you're gonna need that times two for first and last months. And
Well.
and she said, I'm gonna need that in a week. Homie. Mind you, all I said was, I was like, I'm moving somewhere,
Yeah.
but in my mind, I'm like, I'm still thinking I got time.
Yeah.
She said, well, she calls me and says I'm approved. Now we're at 4 days.
Mm. Wow.
I, I, I had to pack up a 3 bedroom house,
Oh my goodness.
get arrange for it to, say to get here and to go out and make the money in 4 days.
Yes.
Now, I I said that takes some will
Yeah.
and some doing.
Yeah.
And so you had to have I said it all worked in alignment, so therefore it must be, you know what I'm saying? and
Some
and and it and it
confidence.
was.
Some confidence in your
Yeah.
worthiness to have what it is that you desired. That's what it
Correct.
took.
Correct.
Belief
Yeah.
that you are
Yeah.
worthy to have, you and your daughter are worthy to have what it is that you desired. And with that
Right.
belief, you took that, and
Yeah.
that was your belief. That's you fortifying, because we have the faith method here at the Confidence Connect. And so you
Mm-hmm.
fortified your confidence rituals. You've been doing that. You
Mm-hmm.
continue to do that, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
you acted on your idea. You acted on your idea.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know that you were going to need to act fast once you activated, but you acted on your
Mm-hmm.
idea. That's the A in faith. Then what? When you act on your idea, you bridge your inner world with your outer world. So by you acting on the
Mm-hmm.
idea to go after what you believe, you have the confidence in your worthiness to receive, which is that house. Then what happened?
Mm-hmm.
You bridged your inner work, right? Your inner world, that work that you've been doing on yourself, with your outer world to reveal, right? On the outside, on the physical, the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what's the next part? That's the T. You take 100% responsibility for your life, for what it is
Yep.
that you want to have in your life. That's what you did. You take
Mm-hmm.
100% responsibility, 100% ownership. And then
Mm-hmm.
what you talking about is with us right now. That's the H. You got an attitude of gratitude. You have an attitude of gratitude, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
faith.
Mm-hmm.
That's the faith method, right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
to me, when I listen to you, Princess, what I hear is that you're not telling us that this confidence in your worthiness walk is easy all the time. But what you
Mm-hmm.
are telling us is that you believe that you are worthy. And so you keep working at it. You keep doing this
Mm-hmm.
work on you.
Mm-hmm.
You keep doing this work
Mm-hmm.
within yourself. And I think that that is
Mm-hmm.
really important for everyone that's watching this to take with you today. Is
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
this work that we have to do on ourselves to build up and sustainably maintain our confidence and our worthiness, it's worth it. We're worth it. And it isn't necessarily always the easiest feeling thing, but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when we are continuing to do the work, then we're being rewarded. And that's how we're creating these lives that we get excited about living. And so I got a question for you, Princess. Um,
Mm-hmm.
could you tell us one very important time that you decided to step into your worthiness in spite of fear? All right? Um, so that you could get free from fear and shift your confidence in your worthiness. Could you tell us one time that, what's one tip you can share with the viewers today when
Mm-hmm.
you made a decision, a choice, in spite of how scared you felt, to get free from fear and shift your confidence and your worthiness and the result of what it is that, how your life was going? Share one tip,
Mm-hmm.
a tip that you have learned. You know what, viewers, you do this right here, this is going
Mm-hmm.
to help you get free from fear. because it helped you.
Mm-hmm. Um, God, there's so many bells going off for me to, because when you to look, that's my thing. When you say isolate one, I'm like 4 or 5 things came up.
Just give us one.
um, okay. I'll start with a quote, right? So, Naeem Akbar says, structure your life so that you are constantly reminded of who you are.
Yeah.
One of the ways in which I do that when we're talking about within my home and within my life is that you can't see right now, but I have things up on my wall because I have a wall of accomplishments, a wall, of things to remind me of when I am at my most high. So this is the thing that's coming to mind more so than the specific occurrence, but I'll get there in a minute. Um, One of the reasons why I feel like my confidence doesn't leave me is because I follow that quote. I set up my environment with the highest of myself in sight.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I do that is because there are times when I am challenged to a point where into darkness, where I cannot muster this the remembrance myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like because it's so heavy on me. I can't see it. Even sometimes it's hard to pray. It's hard to do the things. And so for me, having it up on the walls
Yeah.
and waking up to it, even if I wake up to it some days and I don't see it. Someday when you get down like that, you wake up and you see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's like, and you see it. And I think ah, this will solidify it. I have a puppy. I bought the puppy, I thought, for my daughter.
Uh-huh.
She's a little multi. And we got the puppy before we moved in this house. That's a manifestation too. We got the puppy before we moved in this house. And I said, this will be good for her, just as a comfort and all of those things. I I thought, oh, this will be good for her, even if like she's feeling some effects from the divorce or whatever, whatever. We get to this house, but my daughter is with her father 7 days and she's with me 7 days. So this dog is with me 2 weeks out of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember saying all of these things that I wanted to do, and I struggle a lot with with healthy eating, with going back and forth, with knowing what to do, and then one week I'll be like on my vitamins and this that, and the third, and then I'll be eating cookies and chips. I'll be doing it all in the same day. Like my body probably be like, "Girl, what are we doing?" You know, like
We can relate.
because my body be like, we got chlorophyll, we got zinc, we got this, and then we got Thin Mints to cheddar and sour cream chips. Like, sis, what you doing?
This is real. This is
I
real.
say that to, but it's so real. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you. But I remember thinking like it had been my mantra, and I was just saying that I wanted to choose better. I wanted to choose better fully because I wanted to be able to like receive. And I was thinking about love. I was thinking about all of the things that I wanted to receive. And I kept saying, okay, I know that when you're in your house, you're supposed to take care of each room, and when you take care of these rooms,
Uh-huh.
then the energy. And I keep seeing, and the dog keeps running around, and it's like, and the dog getting on my daggone nerves. And I'm like, and every time the dog is coming over, I'm like, sit down, sit down, like a child, right? And could see in this dog that this dog is a person because she looks at me so intently, like it's almost like, do you know who I am?
Mm.
But I didn't see it at first.
Okay.
And so I was talking about like, God, what, the things that I need to do. Now I live right across from a little park that has about, let's say 50, 11 trees with an open field. And every time I walk over there, everything, the wind starts moving, everything starts
Oh,
shaking. I don't
wow.
care if it's hot, cold, whatever. The ancestors have followed me.
Okay.
So I said, so as I'm thinking about my wellness, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, I don't be walking this dog like I should.
Mm.
And and so at that point, the dog comes over to me and it's like rubbing on me and stuff like that, and really showing me love.
Mm.
And I paused and I said, I have been talking about like wellness and doing these things, and we ask for the tools, and I go and I look on my chart. I go and I look on my thing, and it says, I see and draw to me the people, places, tools, and resources
Mm-hmm.
that are needed to aid me.
All right.
And here I have this dog as a tool. Because if I take the dog outside, I'm interacting with the element of nature.
Mm.
If I take this dog outside, I am now walking and exercising myself. If I
Mm.
take this dog outside, I interact in the element of nature and begin to create the things that I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
If I allow the dog to love me instead of telling it to sit down, I will be able to see that I am getting love every day.
Oh.
Now the dog don't look like a fine ass black man. Excuse
That's
me.
all right.
But I made it. I almost made it.
You
I
did
almost made
good.
it.
You did
Um,
good.
right. But to say that, to say it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like chocolate, or caramel.
Okay.
However, I realized she is a tool.
Yeah.
And much like my child, she's here for me more than she's for my child.
Yeah.
The child was just the conduit so I could get the dog. That the dog came with the resources that reminded me of what was on my wall. Structure your life
Yeah.
so that you're constantly reminded of who you are. So
Yes.
God knows that you will forget.
Mm.
So, because the Most High knows that you will forget, this is why you are placed with people, places, and things. You are actually instrumental in that. I wanted to say that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I always know when my life is either about to change or get better or open up. There are certain people that, and I promise you, I know that there are certain people that show up in my life that call me, that
Uh-huh.
text me out of the blue, that
Yeah.
but they are symbols. They are symbols for reminders
Yeah.
of things. Like you showed up at my house and came in and totally did a wellness
Walk through.
sweep in my kitchen.
We
Yeah,
did the
a
wellness
wellness
walkthrough. Yes, we
walkthrough,
did.
honey.
That's right.
Right. And what I'm saying was that whatever I had prayed and called upon is up on the walls, and the Most High chose you and your services
Yeah.
for that call.
Yeah.
And in that, and so this is the reason why my confidence never leaves,
Yeah.
because it is up on my wall, it is all around, because Melissa
Yeah.
Princess Best, the human being, will
Yeah.
forget. But Melissa Princess Best spirit that is of God never forgets.
Yes.
So the spirit is always uh causing a disruption,
Mm.
because it is letting you know that the script that is encoded on your soul, you are not living, not because you're wrong, but it's like, so this is the script. God has already put the light on you and this and that and the third, and you living in congruence. So the reason why you have the disharmony is because your spirit is waiting for the script to align,
All
and
right.
you're going to continue to be reminded of it because you
Yes.
already wrote it. You
Yes.
already put it up. So I would
Yes.
say that if you can structure your life with your walls, and structure your life with the people, then open your spirit to pay attention,
Mm.
because I promise you, you will begin to see the signs that the Most High is sending you to raise up, because the same people will show up that remind you, that will be, you'll be like, hey sis, how you feeling? What
Mm-hmm.
you eat today?
That's
Like
right.
off the humble, like
That's right.
you just be, and it'd be like, dang, was she peeking in my window? But for real, for real,
Yeah.
it'd be like that. And I'd
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
why she tapping in? But
I
like
like this. I
that.
like
So I would,
this. Okay.
so I feel like for me that has been my guiding north star.
Yeah.
And because I know you and other people in my life that remind me, like, oh, they just hit me up. Oh, okay, this is something major that's God's
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
All right. Listen, y'all heard it straight from Princess Best. Speaks the Healacist. Okay? She's letting y'all know. All right? Surround yourselves, your environment, and the people. All right? Make sure that you are surrounding yourself with the kinds of items and people who are going to remind you of who you are, how amazing you are, the amazing, phenomenal things that you have done already in your life, and also that you aspire to do. Okay? She is letting you all know you have to put that work in to keep yourself surrounded with the greatness that reminds you that you're great. So
Mhm.
when them dark times come and those tough times come, you are not by yourself. You are never alone. And since you're the one that's going to be surrounding yourself with what it is that you need, essentially what it means is it's a way of you having your own back when you need it most. All right? It's you
Mhm.
being there for you. That's what Princess is saying. That's what I hear. She's
Mhm.
reminding us,
Mhm.
put different things in place for yourself for those dark times, so
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
can continue to have your own back. That's super powerful. Princess, I really appreciate you being here with us today. Um, I want to ask you, before we talk about your business and give some contact info so we can hear uh, how to get in contact with you. Um, what would you tell our viewers today when it comes to the Confidence Connect, when it comes to the elevated executive, the living aligned experience, which you've been mentioning, coaching, right? Our digital resources, our ebooks, our workbooks, our different events. What would you say are what would you say is the number one way that patronizing the services and resources of the Confidence Connect has really positively contributed to your life?
I would say that the Confidence Connect has been like for somebody like me who can be super distracted, like very like know the good things to do, but very, but I can easily busy myself and not hone in.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Confidence Connect has allowed me to like taught me how to um pull out of wherever I'm at. You know what I mean? Pull out of wherever I'm at. And it's simple, it's something as simple as like starting in one space, teaching me how to like isolate into one, I'm saying, into one area and do that. Because for me, that could be sometimes it can be super overwhelming trying to like, of course, trying to attack everything.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody like me will try to attack everything. And it's like, nope, so I definitely feel like through the coaching, it's definitely been that to kind of like show you how to isolate into one area.
Okay.
um
Focus.
and um And then I think it also, like, the confidence connects, humanizes the process, like humanizes the you know what I'm saying, the process. I think when we were doing the wellness suite, I think that it you know how some people, when they're doing health journey, they can make you feel guilty or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's more like, it was more like a it was adding to me, like adding to, like, well, here's, it's like being a parent. One of my homegirls, Kaniki, she does this really well with her daughter, where she, instead of saying you can't have, saying you may have this, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, so the salt is a thing that you may not have, but you may have Mrs.
That's
Dashes.
right. That's
So, you know what
right.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It might not be this, but you may have this.
Yes. Yes.
So it doesn't feel restrictive,
Okay.
And I think that I think that that's what makes it makes you feel a certain way. So I would say that. I mean, plenty of things, but those things are what come to mind first.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Princess. Y'all heard her. All right. She said that we see you. We have the ability, when we are coaching you all, to show you all that is available for you as you continue to do this work. And we encourage you not to focus on what you're leaving behind. So I appreciate that. Tell us what it is, how we can contact you, um, and hire you for the amazing services, programs, and products that it is that you provide. The name of your business.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So it's two things, as far as the business is concerned. So, I told y'all my name is the Healacist. So I run what is called the Healacist Institute, which is really a mobile institute of healing, all of the wellness, doing all of the heal plan stuff, but from the arts perspective. And so I'm currently in process of developing a curriculum that is called the Re-Education of Black Girls, which is a spinoff of, which is inspired by the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. And it's sort of reimagining education, social emotional learning, trauma informed care, packaged in hip hop, theater, storytelling, public speaking, and training and personal development, not only for girls, but also for women in leadership, women in social work, therapeutic services, wellness services, things of that nature. It also comes with, it's also like curriculum that is built to teach as we go. I'm excited because in this work that we're working on right now, in addition to like workshops and programs, I am working with my mini me, my daughter, the hip hop daughter, and so we've got some exciting, I can say now, new music coming, and
Yes.
we have. Yes, and podcasts. And so we're going to be sharing a lot of mother daughter, mommy daughter moments. And really about, how both of us are teacher and student to one another, and some of the like necessary conversations for particularly Black mothers and daughters to have, but also to just have the resources available, like, on, YouTube, what I'm saying, because a lot of it we don't necessarily have available. So you can reach me, I mean, email wise, at either Princess Best Speaks with an S on the end, Princess Best Speaks at gmail.com. You can reach me at princessbestspeaks.wordpress.com. You can reach me at youtube.com/princess best speaks. You get the theme here. And then also, and then the business line is 202 798 7694. And you can always connect with me on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. I am at Princess Best the Healacist, spelled Heal, like as I heal, you heal, we all heal. ACIST, Princess Best, the Healacist. And if you can't remember all that, right? If you just put in the Hip Hop Mama, MOMMA, it'll also that'll also come up. And I'm just excited, and I'm excited about the work that is coming. So if you follow me on Instagram, for sure you're going to start to see new material. And we've got some exciting things coming up for 2025. I am all about the re-education of Black girls, and taking this crusade around the world, starting with girls and women and then branching out to our communities, and beyond.
Hey, all right. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Princess, for being here with us today at the Confidence Connect, the talk show edition. Viewers, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please look for all of the information that we shared today. It will be in the description and in the notes below, all right? And let us know. Can you relate? Can you relate to what you have heard today? Is it resonating with you? Talk to us about your confidence and your worthiness journey in the comments below. Uh, Make sure y'all comment replay gang to let us know you are here with us watching the replay. And y'all already know what time it is. It's the confidenceconnect.com. We got the coaching, we got the digital resources, we got the events. Stay with us, all right? Stay with us. Go to theconfidenceconnect.com. Get into our ecosystem. That's www.theconfidenceconnect.com. Sign up for our free short bingeable email course called The Worthiness Wake Up, whereas we're going to, in an email course fashion, break down to you internal, external, and psychological components of fear to assist you with, first of all, assessing what your confidence levels are to begin with. All right? And then from there, we're going to stay connected. All right? Before we go, you're beyond worthy. You are beyond deserving. And if someone asks you to name every single person in your life that you love, I really, really hope that your name is at the top of that list. Thanks again, Princess. Thank you all. Until the next time, y'all. Peace.